every morning with drive. Being on the grind, know I had to survive. We had to win. Started from the dirt and the rubble. I had to be the needle that was popping your bubble.
Hello and welcome into another Rookie Prospect Profile series. This is a Zilla Fantasy Elite production. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment if you enjoy these rookie prospect profiles that we're doing with our studio regression model and the neural network model, the machine learning model. Today we're going to be looking at running back Camerun Peoples. Camerun Peoples was not drafted in the 2023 NFL draft, and they got picked up by the Carolina Panthers as an undrafted free agent. That's where they signed. They come into the league out of Appalachian State. Looking at some of their physical traits, we can see that Camerun Peoples is a hefty big boy there. He's coming in at a 6'1" and 217 pounds. I know some of the other sites have him at 225 and 6'2", but regardless, he's a hefty boy. That's what he went into the model as 6'1", 217, because I believe that's what he was at the combine. It's giving us a BMI of 28.6. He did run that 4.61 in the 40-yard dash, giving us a speed score of 96.1. Putting in all of these physical traits along with some of their college numbers into the R Studio model, we get a prospect score of 10.531, which ranks 250th overall out of the 310 running backs in the R Studio model's database. This is the 19th percentile. So shifting over to see who the closest comparables were to Camerun Peoples' prospect score, we can see that the next closest better than him are Patrick Laird, Darwin Thompson, Mike Tolbert, Brandon Bolden, and Sean Drawn. Not exactly inspiring people. The next five worst: Marion Grice, Boston Scott, Charkandrick West, Lance Dunbar, and Tyson Williams. I wouldn't say there's anybody within this range that you would enjoy having on your fantasy squad at any point. You know, Mike Tolbert, big guy, scoring some touchdowns, but really it's been a mix of people that you didn't really want in your fantasy lineups here for Camerun Peoples' closest comparables in the R Studio model. So switching now to the machine learning model for Camerun Peoples, we can see that he comes in with a mean of 11.98, median 11.83, minimum 7.57, maximum 15.81. Then getting into the percentile outcomes, 10th percentile outcome 9.75, 25th percentile 10.78, 75th percentile 13.41, and 90th percentile outcome at 14.45 with a mid-50 gap of 2.63. So what does this look like? Compared to the R Studio model, R Studio model had him way down there, 19th percentile. This isn't too bad considering it's a UDFA. So the machine learning model liking Camerun Peoples a little bit more than the R Studio model. And looking at his mean median there, 11.8 to almost 12, we're looking at guys in that range between 11.6 and 12.2 is starting from the bottom. I guess Matt Breida at 11.6, same with Darren Sproles, and then Sean Green, Chase Edmonds, J.D. McKissick. Those two both at 11.94, 11.96. Tavon Austin exactly at 12, and then a little bit above that. Javonte Williams, 12.05. Travis Etienne, 12.06. Nyheim Hines, 12.08. Mike Tolbert, 12.14. And Rashad Penny, 12.17. So those are their career best fantasy points per game, and that's actually what it's saying Camerun Peoples' average outcome may be should he get 80 opportunities in a season, considering he went to Carolina. They just picked up Miles Sanders and they have Chuba Hubbard there, but there's not a ton of real solid running back prospects there. Could be out the door in the next year or two. If Camerun Peoples is still there, he may get his opportunity to get in there and, get 80 opportunities in a season at some point in these first 2 years here. Otherwise, that's kind of where the machine learning model is predicting his average outcome would be. Getting into his ceiling, that 15.8 range, we're going to go from 15.5 up to 16.42. It's not a huge amount of people within that range, but it should cover his 15.81 ceiling there. We're looking at Tony Pollard's best season, 15.55. That would be pretty good. Chris Carson, 15.65. CJ Spiller, 15.96. Ahmad Bradshaw, 16.05. DeAndre Swift's best season, 16.07. Theo Riddick, if you remember him back in the day, 16.2. And then Myles Gaskin, best season, 16.42. So that's kind of the ceiling range that you can expect for Camerun Peoples within the machine learning model. Getting into their rankings for each of those with the 36 players that we modeled in the 2023 class, we can see that Camerun Peoples actually had the 11th best rank in terms of mean, 12th best rank for median, 9th best minimum rank, and the 16th best maximum rank. Getting into those outcomes, 9th, 11th, and 13th in terms of the percentile outcomes with the M50 gap rank of 19. Overall, being an undrafted free agent and number 11 in terms of mean rank and, top 10, top 15 there in the minimum max rank, it's projecting that he should have some solid output should he get 80 opportunities in a season. It doesn't mind him in the model at all, which was kind of surprising to me, being a little bit bigger, a little bit slower. Some of these guys don't perform as well as you'd think, but it's having him perform not too bad considering his draft capital was undrafted. But that's the machine learning model it's going through. It's, adjusting all of the weights for the 14,040 neural connections and saying, how close can I get to reality? And then when it finds the lowest error rate, it will make a prediction. And then it'll reshuffle the 80% players that it's training on and the 20% that it's trying to make predictions on, and do the whole process again and make another prediction, and it'll do that 100 times. And that's where we get these results. And Camerun Peoples, based off of that, not doing too bad in this class, top 10 to top 15 there for most of that in terms of their ranking. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's rookie prospect profile on Camerun Peoples. This is presented by Zilla Fantasy Elite. Hopefully you're finding some value within the RStudio model and the machine learning models here to give you that extra additional information to make the correct decisions come draft season time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
Whole crew on top, really we on top. Wake up every morning with drive. Been on the grind, know I had to survive. We had to win. Started from the dirt in the